Okay. So today, since it's your first day with us, you are going to be following along with me on a visit to one of my regular clients' homes. Okay, we'll be spending just about an hour there. This is just one of their routine house cleaning services. I see them about once a week. Okay. So right now I am just getting together some of the things that I normally would use in their home. Now I do store things at my clients' homes as well, some of the larger items. But I just like to make sure that I have everything in stock. Okay. So, see, this is an all-purpose cleaner. Let's see. For today's service for this client, we are going to be doing a few different things. We will be, I think we'll start off with some laundry if they do have laundry to be cleaned, which they normally do. Okay. We are going to be doing some cleaning in the kitchen, which will include cleaning the stovetop, I believe, as well as doing some dishes. And today we will also be working on some vacuuming and floor cleaning, and to refill that, working on cleaning some of the upholstery. Okay, so we are ready to go. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so the first place that I always like to start is with the laundry. So these are my regular clients, so we sort of have a system down. They will normally leave any clothes that they'd like to be washed out for me. So I like to start with the laundry so that it has time to go through the wash cycle as I am cleaning the rest of the house. So I normally make sure as I'm putting the clothes into the washing machine to check for any stains. Try to make sure all of the clothing is intact. If I see any rips or holes or anything like that, I'll just leave that out for their attention. Of course, you want to read any labels to make sure you're properly caring for the clothing item. And make sure everything is turned the right side out to get the best wash. And of course, very important here, you always want to make sure to check all of the pockets. You do sometimes find valuable things in there, so you want to take those out and leave it for the owner in a safe place and make sure to let them know. You don't want to damage anything left inside of the pockets. And these sneaky socks here, I always try to make sure that I have a full set placed into the washing machine. Okay, so all of these are just pretty much cotton items here. So there's no special care required. Okay. Checking for any holes. So this wash cycle, it should take just under between a half an hour and an hour. Just, I'm going to leave out the towels. They can be washed separately. So I'm just going to wash the clothing items this time. I just have one item so far that did have a stain. I will need to treat that one before putting it in the washing machine. These all look fine. So let's grab that t-shirt. Not sure what kind of stain is on here. Looks a little just like oil grease or something. So I'm just going to use this stain stick here. So normally you use whatever products the client keeps in the home, but you can always use your own products with the client's approval. Okay, so we're going to let this one sit for a few minutes. And then we'll be able to just throw it into the washing machine. Okay, so we will let this wash, put it on just the regular wash setting. So now I like to move into the kitchen, and you can see here they have a stove cooktop range here. I'm going to clean the stove top. I like to use these rings here. I keep these in the client's home, or I bring them along with me. They are very sturdy, disposable. And so for the stove top, I do like this paste here. It's like comes with the Scrub Daddy sponge here, and this has two different sides. One of them is a softer, spongy side, and the other is a little more of a scrubber. Okay. So you can see there's a little bit of buildup around the cooking area here, the burners, which often happens. It can be a little bit difficult to remove. So for this scrubbing paste, I first need to wet the surface. And I like to use this cloth first, just to see what can be cleaned using just the cloth alone. It's definitely more gentle and a little bit less abrasive to the surface. Of course, we want to make sure to clean the entire stove top, all of the grease that splashes up here. Try to get off any loose okay, so these knobs here, they are removable, so we can put those into the sink and we'll wash those when we wash the dishes. This way we can make sure to clean the surface behind them. Sometimes dirt likes to hide back there. Okay. So now we can start to sort of rinse it off. I'm just using the same cloth here. So this helped to get off a lot of the superficial sort of grease and food stains. But now I'm going to have to use this scrubber here with the paste. Okay, so we're going to use the scrubber side of the sponge. And you can see all around the cook surface there's a little bit of buildup that did not come off with the other cleaning. Okay, so this one actually includes another sponge, so we'll save that one. Okay, so to use this paste, you can see it's just pretty thick. You do need to wet the sponge first. And we can just try and get out enough of the cleaning material. You may need to wet this one just a bit more, because this is a new container of cleanser. Okay, you don't need much. You don't want the paste to be too diluted with water, so you want it to be thick enough to be more like a paste and not like a liquidy cleanser. So then we can sort of gently at first concentrate on those tough to remove food stains. And you don't want to press too hard because we don't want to scratch the stove top. Okay. So just keep in mind you may not be able to get the surface perfectly clean as if it were brand new. We just have to do the best job that we can. Okay. So now that we have scrubbed as much as we can, alright, so now we're going to just add a bit more paste. So you can see it is helping to get some of that buildup off of the cook surface. So all of these products that I am using today, many of them are stored here at this client's home. Sometimes the client purchases all of the cleaning products that they prefer to use. Once in a while, we can make suggestions or recommendations, but we do always want to have the client's approval. And all of this will be documented on the client's contract. Okay, so you can see now we just use the other side of the sponge to wipe away and soak up all of the cleansing paste. And it looks much better. The sponge is very absorbent. Okay. So we just rinse that out and go over it another time here to wipe up all of the cleaning products. And if there are any other areas that need a more thorough cleansing, we will move on to that next. But I think this is the only one that we need to work on today. Okay. So this paste is great. You can use it on a lot of other surfaces in the home. But we store it here under the sink. Alright, so now we're going to move on to washing the dishes. So you get to know your client's routines, and this client normally will just leave any dishes that need to be washed in the sink. They do have a dishwasher, but if there's just a small amount of dishes, just prefer to wash them here in the sink. Okay. It's your choice whether or not you'd like to wear gloves. Of course, I do recommend it. It's much better for your skin. Today I'm just choosing not to since it's just a few dishes here. Okay, so we'll just rinse out the dirty water here from the sink. Let's see how much needs to be cleaned, or if any of these dishes really need to soak for a little bit first. Looks like all of these should be cleaned easily, so and again, we will use whatever products are here. So this is another of those Scrub Daddy sponges. I do like these because they have the two different sides. So now, like I said, you do commit to certain contracts with each of your clients. It can be very, very detailed, very specific. So for this particular client, they don't mind if we simply wash the dishes and leave them in the dish drainer to dry. Some clients will ask that you dry the dishes and put them away into the cabinets. Okay. I've been working with this client for several years now, so it's sort of very an easygoing type of job here. So you'll learn all of the ins and outs of making relationships with your clients. We do have a very detailed questionnaire that we fill out with all of our clients on their initial visit. And it really addresses any issues that might come up. It addresses their wants and their needs, and especially things that they don't want. And also the frequency of the visits. So we have different packages. This client I visit once per week, and there's an extra visit once per month for a more thorough house cleaning. So as I said, today is just one of our weekly visits. So we'll do the dishes, clean the kitchen a bit. We just sort of assess what needs to be done, but we're not going to be doing any deeper cleaning like dusting or like removing the curtains to be washed or things like that. Of course, if there's anything that is obviously needing to be cleaned, you can decide whether you want to just sort of take care of that while you're there. But we're just doing the dishes, cleaning the kitchen a bit, doing the laundry, and we're going to be doing some vacuuming. But now that we have washed the dishes, you can see there's a lot of residue left here in the sink. So we need to clean the sink. I prefer this Comet bleach cleanser. Alright, so it is a powder. You want to make sure that any cleanser that you're using is safe to use on whatever surface you're cleaning. This is okay for stainless steel and sinks. So this, you need to cover the area that you're cleaning. And you're going to want to form a paste again, just like the other cleanser. And don't forget, you also want to clean the strainer and inside of the drain. So I'm just going to use a soft sponge because that's really all that's needed. Just wet it a bit. And just scrub gently. We just need to go over just a few times, but you don't want to scratch the surface of the sink. But you can see it's forming a very thick paste. Make sure you get all the way into the corners. That's where all of the bacteria likes to hang out and it becomes noticeable. You can see all the stains hiding in there. I think that this is actually my favorite part of house cleaning. I do love washing the dishes, and I really enjoy washing the sink because it turns out so nice and shiny. It's just sort of relaxing to me. And a lot of the products that I like to use, I just really like them because I think the scent is really nice. Some products have a very strong aroma, which I don't really like. So, of course, you want it to be something that the client enjoys as well. So we want to make sure we get in all of the corners here. Okay, so now we just need to clean the other side here. You're going to see how nicely just a simple cleaning really turns out. You don't need to do any intense scrubbing or anything like that normally. And so now this sponge, because I used a bleach cleaner, I'm not going to keep this out so that the client doesn't use this sponge to clean the dishes or anything like that. So this is nice. This type of faucet is really nice for cleaning. So that does make the job a lot easier. Applying a little bit of the force with this type of stream here to rinse away any buildup along with the cleaning product. We want to make sure that we don't leave any residue on the surface of the sink. So while we have cleaned the dishes and cleaned the sink, we do want to leave it in sort of a nice presentation for the client to receive when they return home. So I like to leave the sink clean and dry. I don't like to leave any water droplets or anything like that. It just looks a lot nicer. And just makes it very apparent to the client that their house was just cleaned. Just it's a nice little touch to add to your service. So you can see how nice and shiny this turned out. Just a simple little cleaning goes a long way. Alright, so we can now put the clothes into the dryer. So let's check if our stain has been removed. So you can see it didn't really remove the stain all the way. So this shirt we are not going to place in the dryer. We don't want that stain to set in. We'll just make sure our clients are aware that we treated it and it may need further treatment. Okay, so now we can add a dryer sheet to help reduce static. Alright, so the final part of our service today is the vacuuming. So sometimes you can bring your own vacuum or you can use the client's. So right here I am using the upholstery tool. Not all clients will ask for their upholstery to also be vacuumed, but it is part of this client's contract. They do own a pet, they have a dog, and specific to this client's contract, they prefer as much dog hair removal and cleaning services that we can provide. So I do vacuum the couches on my weekly visits. Now you can see I am attempting to create sort of a design. You can see the little pattern that the tool is making onto this material. And again, that goes along with leaving the home in a certain condition so that it is obvious to the client that their house has been cleaned. So I like to leave these little pattern marks from the vacuum so it's very noticeable that it has just been cleaned. Okay, so finally here we are just going to tidy up the dining and living room area, and then we will be vacuuming the carpet and cleaning the table. So you can see they've left out little things here and there that need to be just tidied up. I'm going to hang all of these jackets in the hall closet. For now, I'm just going to be cleaning the tabletop. I'm just putting things away, and we are going to use this gentle cleanser to clean the tabletop. I'm going to move all of the furniture out of the way first. Clean any debris off of the chairs. So you can see I am choosing to clean all of the surfaces first, bringing all of the debris down to the floor so that the last step will be to clean all of the debris off of the floor. So we can use a lint roller to clean the upholstery on the chairs. Or again, you could choose to vacuum the chairs as well. But for today, I think that this lint roller will be enough. Okay. Alright, so we'll just clean the tabletop. Want to be very gentle. Make sure you are taking note of anything new you may find here, like any certain marks or scratches, things like that, so you can bring it to the client's attention. I like to make sure I get in all of the little cracks, crevices on these tabletops. Things can fall in there. Want to make sure that you completely dry the table as well. We don't want to leave any streaks. Okay, we're just about done here. get ready to clean the area rug here, but I do like to move all of the furniture out of the way so I can really inspect the entire rug. You never know what might be hiding underneath. Okay, we'll simply vacuum. And this is another time you'll notice that I do like to leave a nice looking pattern as I'm vacuuming. So it just looks more professional. It's just a little more appealing for the client. I do like to remove my shoes before stepping onto any carpeted areas of the home for the most part. We do also offer rug shampoo services. But this client does not request for that. But if you happen to notice any stains, we can always recommend services, and many times our clients will appreciate whatever we recommend, and they appreciate that we can provide so many services and add-ons. You can see the nice pattern that we are creating here. Alright, so again, just get everything back into place. And that will conclude our services for this client today. You can see it took just under an hour, which is pretty much an average time for a visit.